stream. We back at y'all with another live stream. Welcome to the team. We back at y'all, man, and today we are on Red Dead, and we not doing a Red TED Talk today, just because it's more so me finally getting back on this motherfucker after a minute. So we really just on here to vibe, chill, and do some stuff. You feel me? So I'm about to check that out. I'm getting y'all thumbnail ready, so just give me a second while I live streams. We gonna put that in live streams. But like I said, this ain't a Red TED Talks. I do got some little stuff that we could hit on today. Being that it's October, we could talk about some spooky shit. I've been definitely watching a lot of spooky stuff. How about y'all, man? If you tuning in, man, hit a like. And also, the topic of the day is, what scary movies have you been watching in this, past month, or within this month? What scary movies have you been watching? Me personally, I've been watching this Dahmer. Now, that's kind of the topic I want to hit on. But me personally, the reason why I'm watching it is because I want to be able to. Here you go. Some history on the situation from this visual standpoint. Like, when I be hearing about certain stuff, I'm not trying to be entertained by it, but I do be wanting to kind of see it in more kind of like a cinematic type of perspective. So seeing it like this is definitely going to be able to, give me that opportunity to kind of catch up on that history of Dahmer. But in no way do I want to praise that guy. And that's kind of what I wanted to touch on. I'm sorry to kind of start off so early on the grimness, but I mean, shit, it's October, so it is what it is. Look, man, y'all gotta cut it out. I understand, people kind of making them on the games and stuff like that, but folks idolizing this dude as if he's some type of superhero. I do not agree with y'all, bro. And if you black, you should be ashamed of yourself, because he was killing mainly black, and you feel me, he was killing colored folks. He did his shit, when he was younger. From the knowledge that I gathered, it wasn't like he was necessarily a racist. But at the same time, if you go to these areas targeting people in low income, environments and shit like that, targeting people because of their poverty and whatnot, and that being the majority of black folks, and then you in this environment where it is racism going on, so these cops and stuff not really giving a fuck about the fact that these people, are low income, they poverty stricken. Oh well, that's drug city, so you shouldn't be over here. We ain't gonna listen to what none of y'all black folks talking about. We just gonna let this white man be on his jolly way, even though he the only white man out here, and his house smell like straight ass. Nah. So yeah, you should be ashamed of yourself if you black and you sitting over here trying to glorify that guy and what he did. If you really do got them psychological issues going on, then maybe you should go and seek some real mental help. But that is not the type of shit we should be glorifying, man. And I mean, if you are that type of person that does glorify that type of stuff, if you are a Satanist and shit like that, that's perfectly fine. Just stay away from me. We ain't gotta beef. I don't hate you, but stay away from me. I don't worship Satan, and I don't agree with the whole Dahmer shit. So yeah, that's my stance on it. But it is interesting, nonetheless, to get this perspective on the situation. And even though, they try to humanize the guy, we are human at the end of the day. So I'm not going to take away, even though he did take away lives and shit like that, I'm not going to take away the fact that people are human. Or at least you would like to think so. Some of these folks probably ain't human. No compassion, no nothing. For them to try to get at, man, some type of, whatever the case may be, I still feel like he a monster at the end of the day. But yeah, just to straight up get some good understanding on the situation and what's happening with everything, it is pretty cool to check that out and whatnot. It is pretty cool to kind of go through that type of stuff. Not go through it, but research I don't even want to say cool. Like, in no way am I glorifying the situation at all. I'm talking about the Dahmer.
It's Mortal Kombat's 30th anniversary.
What up, Blaze? It's Mortal Kombat's 30th anniversary. Hey, damn, Mortal Kombat 30 years old. That means I was born when Mortal Kombat came out.
Decade.
Well, I was born before, after it came out. I mean, a year or so after. Oh, that, yeah, that Dahmer series. So I was just basically kind of talking about the fact that, you know, I am interested in the story because I'm trying to get a little bit of understanding of the situation myself as far as what exactly type weird shit was going on with that stuff. What would be the mindset of that guy? That's another thing.
Let me create my character.
Like, what is this guy's mindset? Why did he,
UFC.
you know, do all of that? So
UFC.
it is really understandable to be interested in why that type of stuff would happen. I was gonna stream Little Nightmares, but I forgot that I ain't showed Red Dead no love. So yeah, I pretty much just spoiled that. I got the party audio off, I believe, so I shouldn't be able to have you heard in here. So yeah, I pretty much just spoiled that. They done rehashed his damn story so many times. It's funny how everybody now just seeing his story. No, literally, Blaze, I've never heard of dude's like full story. I just knew that it was a fucking cannibal. I would always get him mixed up with Hannibal Lecter and shit like that. I just would think of them as the same people. So I never really went too deep into it. But you can still hear them. Oh, you can still hear them? Oh shit, hold on. Well, let me try to fix that real quick. Yeah, no, you take that share party audio off. But yeah, nah, man, I definitely wanted to kind of look at it to see more about the situation. Just like, what the fuck is to this stuff? So them putting this out. And the thing that really got me about it is that they were saying it was more so spot on with the situation. It's fine. Okay, cool. For me, it was more so that it was that everybody was basically just saying like, yeah, this was pretty much close to everything that happened, and they got the audios and the real reactions, or you know, the similar reactions to what was happening at the time. So that's what really got me interested in checking it out, so I could understand that. Because I like to try to, I don't never want to see nobody in them situations. I don't ever want to be in them situations. And I pray for them people that do get in them situations and that have been in them situations. I heard of them. They have documentaries. Yeah, and I watch serial killer documentaries too, but I don't watch them like all the time type shit. But the ones I watch is more so like ones I never heard of, like the ones that got kind of like popular type names. I just be like, whatever. So like the only thing similar to Jeffrey Dahmer that I heard of was like Silence of the Lambs. I never really went and did no research into it. But it was, for me, like, I didn't like have a big pressing on watching it, like, oh, I gotta watch this Jeffrey Dahmer. It was more so for me like seeing people reacting to the situation, like hearing about these celebrities and all of these, you know, spokespeople, whatever you want to call them, these public figures, just kind of reacting in it. And it was almost like kind of glorifying it in a way. I'm not trying to say that they was like, oh yeah, that's my man's, but that's kind of how it felt, almost like y'all, like they stamping the glasses. They had Rick Ross talking about them Jeffrey Dahmer glasses is nice or whatever. I want a pair of them Jeffrey Dahmer glasses. Yeah, they got some stylish glasses, but that was the style. Like, I'm not finna attribute that shit to dude. That's a whole serial killer. Now you wanna What, some glasses that could remind some of these family members of this dude? Like, it's just like a lot of stuff going on. It's just kind of like, okay. And then you got Jay Holiday singing about, crazy thing is, others who have done way worse than him. Yeah, that's the thing though. Like, it's people that done had whole cults and did some crazy shit. So my whole thing about it is like, how is you finna? I don't know. It's like, for me, it's like, I'm not so much upset about it being put out than I am about the reactions to it. Like, I feel like we living in the upside down. I feel like people have been glorifying these criminals and monsters like a little bit too much. Now, the gangster thing, that's one thing, because, you know, a lot of people that's actually living in that criminal world and whatnot, that up to, okay, this person made money, this person did, you know, what we did, or this person went through this type of poverty situation like us, and this is how they pulled out of it. So, and even still, I don't agree with a lot of that shit, like them kind of glorifying people that really just was monsters. That type shit is fucked up to me, no matter how you spin it. So when we think about that type of shit, that's kind of where I draw my line. I feel like we in the upside down, where it's like, why are we sitting over here trying to make these folks seem like they, you know, like they should be, what the fuck is the word I'm even trying to figure out? I don't know. I just feel like they glorifying them people, and it's weird to me. Like, it's crazy. A bunch of weirdos and rappers have been using them in their raps for years, which is wild. It's their generation just now hearing about it. Yeah, but that's the thing though. It's like, even when we was younger, like hearing about certain shit, like the R. Kelly shit, once we kind of heard about him being a weirdo, it was like, alright, bro, fuck that. Certain people was still gratifying him though, like really trying to make him, oh, I love R. Kelly and blah blah blah. So it's like, damn. And once again, that was somebody I didn't really do my research on. I heard about the little sex tape, but I never really heard too much else about the shit, and I never really knew, you know, what the extent of all of that crazy shit was. So for me, it was just like, hearing that R. Kelly shit was just like a, well, what the fuck? Like, did he do it? Did he not? I don't know, but I ain't never did too much research, because everybody around me is just like, oh, we love R. Kelly. It's like, alright then. You feel me? Cool, he got some great music. But yeah, I gotta draw my line when I'm starting to hear about him doing all of this horrific shit, and you got people still saying, oh, well, man, that man has some undeniable talent. Okay, cool. But let's address that when it's the situation to address it. Like, at the moment, we just letting it be known this guy's a monster. So let's kind of get away from that. And I can understand when people just trying to simply enjoy the music or whatnot, and they getting hit with the, okay, well, that guy's a monster. Okay, I'm not singing about these girls. I'm singing about my personal situation that's relating. So I could understand folks when they get in those type of bags. But when it come down to people that's like serial killers, and, you know, it was minors that this dude done attacked. It was a lot of folks that was just like, you know, I ain't gonna try to make motherfuckers seem like they were saints that I don't know, but at the same time, it's like, how could you do that type shit to a minor and feel like, you know, feel like that's some normal or cool shit, and then he acknowledged, oh yeah, well, I don't think I'm normal and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, for people to be sitting over here trying to get this man praise and shit, or trying to make it seem like, okay, well, this is my idol, idolize this man. That's what I've been thinking the whole time. For folks to be shit, I done fucked up. For folks to be sitting here trying to idolize this man as if, you know, he did some great service to people. That's the sickening part for me. Like Twisty has said, some girl was saying something about, that's my husband. First of all, the man's dead. Secondly, you're like a child. Third, you're okay with a serial killer. Probably would have ate you. You feel me? It's just like, what are we talking about? And by the adults kind of, I just feel like it be certain times when people shouldn't do or say certain things. So when a motherfucker get the trying to make like light out of situation, and then that even go for, cause y'all know if y'all not new to the show, I listen to podcasts, and the Joe Budden podcast, that's one of my favorite ones to listen to. I've been hearing a lot of hypocrite, what's the word for that? I just been hearing a lot of hypocrisy in the shit that he been saying, like, because they was going at Adam 22 about, oh, you promoting death and this and this and that, but then he plays a song that's a beef about a dude getting shot and says, oh no, this is music. No, this is a situation that could have went left, and if Buddy, you know, would have died and it would have became a diss, you know, then it wouldn't have just been music. It would have been a diss to the dead. So I feel like at certain points we gotta really look in the mirror about certain situations and be like, all right, bro, nah, I'm tripping, or all right, this situation right here is a little bit too left. And making jokes about the whole situation, that's kind of fucked up to me. And that's something that, you know, in the Joe Budden podcast I had seen and shit, well, I had heard. He was just sitting over there like, oh, well, the episode, it was kind of slow until episode 4. What the fuck do you mean it was kind of slow? It's like, when I watched it, I could kind of understand what he was saying, to the extent of, you're talking about this guy's background when we trying to find out about these people. But even still, it's kind of like, I just felt like it was something that was just more so to be consumed for entertainment rather than anything else that was on a deeper level of, this is a situation that was really fucked up. It was just more so, and then they sitting over there cracking jokes, oh, Jeff and shit like that. Like, I'm not finna be calling dude Jeff under no circumstance. Dude was a whole monster. Like, look at what he did. And that's what I was thinking too. Like, you know, it's people that did way worse, and I don't look at them as, you feel me, no good folks. Yeah, it's a podcast I like called Lights Out. They got a YouTube channel. They really started off as a YouTube, so they be YouTubing and podcasting. That's something that we gonna be doing here over at the Nacho Boys channel as well, y'all. That's why I be letting y'all know that this is a podcast. So once y'all see me on Spotify one of these days, don't be surprised. Alright, by the way, this podcast is brought to you by NachoBoys.com, where you can find all the latest merch, from your hats, hoodies, sweaters, and shirts to a whole bunch more shit, man. Go ahead, check it out. Promo code NXCH0. Now, somebody told me that the shop was down. I'm gonna have to check that out. I still ain't checked it out just because I've been a little bit busy, you know what I'm saying? But it's all good though. If it is down, we gonna get it back up and running for y'all real soon. Just let me know if you trying to be up in there, because I definitely want to do something special for the folks that's like first time buyers and stuff like that. I want to be able to show my gratitude to y'all. So with that being said, hit that www.nachoboys.com, where you can find all the latest Nacho merch, from hats to hoodies to sweaters and shirts to water bottles and some more shit, man. Get it, that promo code just for you, $20 off. NXCH0, all caps, NXCH0. See you there. Now, bite to it. Look, man, these motherfuckers be sitting over here trying to act like it's a crazy situation for a motherfucker to be putting up videos and stuff after the death of somebody, like the PNB Rock stuff. That situation happened, and academics. And the crazy part is, I had heard that podcast before you know, the whole situation with him dying came out. That podcast literally came out at at least a week before the situation happened. So yeah, that chilling part for me was hearing him say that shit about his girl, when it was like, oh yeah, nah, this is not me blaming this lady or nothing, and we going back to a bigger point with the Dama situation and whatnot, but I do want to kind of bring this into light as well. Now, like I say, that interview came out before, and if you actually, you know, listen to the podcast and stuff, you could go back and do your research, or you probably heard it yourself. You probably heard that shit when you was at work or something, like, oh yeah, that shit came out right before it happened. And he was just saying, like, you know, I be aware of certain situations, but my girl don't be. And she, you know, probably take a picture of something, you know, y'all heard you did, and it ended up happening. So that's why a lot of people was like, okay, well, that's not okay for everybody to be blaming that woman. But that's what had people a little bit more suspicious about the situation. Like, okay, well, did she do this on purpose or whatever the case may be? But yeah, nah, at the end of the day, what it really was just kind of like people got that jealousy situation. But what I was saying was, and I'm not really trying to speak on, you know, no gangs and they politics or whatever the case may be, but you know, certain rappers be talking about that type of stuff and they don't glorify it. That's just kind of where they from. So that's kind of where we get like at a crossroads between right and wrong. When you brought up around a situation or an environment and this is all you know, or this is what you're accustomed to, you become a product of your environment. So when it get down to a situation like Jeffrey Dahmer, he became a product of his own environment. He, you know, he wasn't necessarily affected by his surroundings to the extent of everybody, you know, just being all bloody and gory or whatnot. He had a situation in his mind where he, you know, he seen this stuff as interesting, and the situations that he was put in kind of brought that more into light. It kind of just exposed that nature in him. But for folks to just sit there one day, look at the movie, and then be like, okay, well, this is my idol, oh my god, this dude is so badass. Like, nah, G, we talking about a real human being that did some real fucked up shit to other human beings. And I need y'all to understand this. Like, when we watching these movies, when we playing these games, you gotta snap into reality at some point and realize, okay, this shit is real. Even on these video games, I tell folks all the time, I respect people when I'm on these video games, because I don't be disrespecting folks in real life, you know. And then for me, it's a little bit bigger than this game shit. Like, I'm trying to build a brand. So the last thing I'm trying to do is cause conflict with folks, and I want to build a brand. I like to collaborate with people and do a lot more. But once again, for folks that's just kind of on some treating people as if they for the best way. Like, you gotta understand, when y'all glorifying these guys, it's real deal family members that was in that situation. And even if you were trying to be devil advocate and say, all right, well, what about his family? They don't approve of that either. That shit was fucked. If they approved of it, they would be running around doing that shit. They would be glorifying a nigga and some more shit. Y'all don't see them doing it. Why y'all? You know, that's what I'm saying. And then it's like, it get to a deeper situation where folks do this with a lot of stuff, a lot of people. It's just more so in the news and whatnot. All you really hear about is more so folks kind of just talking about the next person, to the point where you ain't really got nothing to do but consume that, unless you want to just put that damn phone down, which is something that I like to try to promote as well. It's harder for me to do it whenever I got to do my videos and whatnot, because I'm like, I gotta find my music, then I just get lost. I'm like, okay, I done went down a rabbit hole of music, now I want to take a break, I'm finna watch some videos. Even then though, for me, it's kind of like I'm watching shit that's gonna kind of get my creative juices flowing. I ain't necessarily watching that shit all the time, but it is my times where I get caught up and I'm like, damn, all right, so what happened with this person? You feel me? What happened with that person? And it ain't got to necessarily be like celebrities and shit like that. Like, we all do that as a form of escapism. You know, we listen to the news, we go into the game articles, what game outselling today, what game, you feel me? It's all different forms of it. So, you know, it's neither here nor there about what your preference is in watching stuff to escape. My bigger point is we gotta understand that when we interacting with folks and when we doing certain shit, we interacting with real people. So just like, you know, you got your feelings and your emotions towards something, that person got their feelings and their emotions towards something as well. And for us to try to treat everything like, okay, well, fuck everybody because I'm having a bad day, that's not, you feel me, that's not how we supposed to be moving as humans. That's not the wave. Whoever the fuck told you that, they need to chill, because that's not the move. But yeah, though, bro, I just want, at the end of the day, for everybody to kind of be a little bit more, you know, just aware. And when I say being aware, I'm talking about more so like just consciously, like self-consciously, what type of energy am I emitting to the next person? Because you could be pushing out negative energy and transferring that negative energy to somebody, even when you trying to make it seem as if it's a positive situation. Like I say with this whole serial killer situation, Buddy has did a lot of fucked up stuff, and in no way are we supposed to be glorifying what he did. I'm not trying to say, hey, I'm leading the way to blah 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 and you supposed to do everything that I do, but what I am saying is I'm not, you know, looking at none of this information to be entertained. Like, I'm really watching it to kind of get an understanding of that perspective. And yeah, more than likely I am going to be going into my documentaries and stuff like that. I'll definitely be reading up more on this person after this situation, reading up more on these victims and, you know, just the overall event in general. So okay, so we supposed to be riding with him. Cool. Yeah, so I definitely do feel like, you know, if you're using this as a stepping stone into getting into your research bag about the situation, I'm all for it. But no, I don't think that the Dahmer glasses is cool. I think that those glasses in that time period, you feel me, those are some nice glasses in the time period. But to call them shits the Dahmer glasses is not something that I'm advocating for ever at all. I damn near wouldn't even want to wear the glasses because they associated with him. So for me, it's more so on the point of I wouldn't even want to be around nobody that, like, you gotta think about people that been in traumatic experiences. Sometimes they get small little flashbacks and shit like that. They get these traumatic flashbacks or post-traumatic stress, so that's why they call that shit that. So you doing something like even a small little thing, a song, anything. That's why a lot of people do kind of get offended when they hear that R. Kelly music and whatnot. They just like, no, it's some victims and y'all just glorifying them by playing that music. How do they feel? And that's what I was saying about kind of being conscious of people. They was trying to go at one lady for playing the music that was supposed to be a victim. And she was just like, you know, I can still listen to the music. I can separate the two. And, you know, for her to say that and be a whole victim, and for folks to feel like they supposed to have any other say-so than what she, you know, is going through as a victim. And her coping mechanisms is just absolutely absurd to me, because it's like, all right, bro, what you want from this lady, or what you want from these people? Is this really just for your entertainment, or do you genuinely care? Because, you know, if I'm hurt, if I'm upset, and I'm telling you, leave me alone, don't talk to me, I would expect for you to respect that. if I'm giving it off the wrong way, you know, that's my apologies. And you know, I'm not gonna ever tell nobody to just accept you being a dick to them, but at the same time, you know, this is how I'm going through my situation. But if I'm letting it be known I need my space, I would expect for you to respect that if you have real respect for me, not to just keep going and blah blah blah. So when you get to that situation where these people are victims and shit like that, and they got their ways of coping with stuff, if they ain't doing nothing to physically harm you or the next person or they self, you know, I don't understand why you feel like you supposed to have some type of say that's gonna alter they mindset or whatever the case may be. But that's kind of what I feel like has been going on with these, you know, with these movies and these trends and shit like that. I feel like people look at stuff more so than as a trend than anything else, and that becomes a scary line between, you know, once again, right and wrong, where it's like, all right, I seen this movie and I'm interested in the situation or whatever the case may be. I'm a little perplexed about what happened. I would like to do my research. Okay, cool. But to say, hey, I praise this guy, this is my God, this is my whatever, now you fucking tripping. And once again, I'm not finna sit over here and try to act like I'm higher in the moral spectrum than anybody else, but I would not rather be around you if you that type of person, because what you advocating for is somebody that took the lives of multiple innocent people, and no matter what they did in their own time, even if they was some, you know, street rats or whatever the case may be, they had lives just like anybody else. And for some of them people to be minors, for a lot of them people to be younger people that ain't even got to start their lives, for a lot of them people to be black, I don't agree with it and I don't advocate for it. And you know, I once again would like to separate myself from anybody that does. And you know, like I said before, y'all making them as a character and shit, like that's one thing. It's all different forms of creativity. For you to be able to even make people with the same facial structures and shit like that on a lot of these video games is, you know, that type of shit is pretty interesting in itself. But for you to be glorifying these folks, that's where we got to draw the line. And it's a lot more like criminals and shit like that. And I'm not trying to, you know, I know this come off a little bit as if I'm trying to be on some, oh, well, you a snitch type shit. Like, it's not really about that for me. It's really like separating these lines between right and wrong and, you know, choices at the end of the day. Because there's some folks that they put in these situations or they put in these environments and they gotta basically get at how they live. And when you put with your bike against the wall, you can't really anticipate the way the next person is gonna move with the utmost amount of precision, or you can't feel as though you can predict this person's moves knowing that their bike's against the wall. So I'm not gonna like make people that actually have committed certain crimes and stuff like that all to be bad guys. But if I'm knowing that you're a serial killer and a mass murderer and shit like that, I'm not gonna glorify you, especially if you taking the lives of innocent people. Like it's folks that's been in the war and shit that's had to do whatever they had to do for the sake of their lives and their companions and comrades. That's the difference between a motherfucker walking on the street and just popping folks left and right just for the sake of they wanted to touch on their body. That's sick. So if you are one of these folks that's out here, oh, this guy's super cute and this guy's, he would have got me, he would have, you know, if y'all that type of person, I would just say kind of have respect for the next person. And if you just don't got no all-out respect, fine. Don't talk to me. Don't even listen to me. Don't be around me, because you are a clear enemy. And I You know, I have no toleration for enemies in my circle or in my vicinity. So, you know, that's just kind of where I stand with that situation. But on a lighter note, I mean, it's Halloween. And I'm hyped. Halloween, I don't know why it's always one of my favorite holidays, bro. It's like you get to let out your inner spooky and creepy side. And, you know, and that's why I'm trying to be a little bit light on the situation as far as, you know, not necessarily trying to be as if I'm just on some, hey, well, fuck anybody that watched the movie and had anything positive to say. I don't glorify anything that dude was saying. So I 9 times out of 10 wouldn't really agree with you or laugh with you to try to make light of this guy and the situations that took place. But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they be reacting as if it's like, oh my god, dude's so cool. Yeah, not a movie thing. And that's another thing. I was hearing about folks saying, you know, the families ain't make money off of that shit. That's fucked up. Like all types of fucked up. I can't, you feel me? I can't condone that at all. It's almost to a point where it's like, if I was really supposed to be, you know, not advocating for this shit, I'm kind of contradicting my damn self, because I ain't even boycotted. I feel like that's what we really should do if we gonna try to make these stances and shit on some, hey, you're wrong and blah blah blah. It's like, alright, well, let's boycott the movie. So many other, watch how they finna do multiple movies of these serial killers. People finna have other role models. And that's exactly what I'm saying, bro. That's where them lines is getting kind of creepy to me, because that's making me feel like I'm living in a box. Am I living in a cardboard box? Because these motherfuckers is out here wilding. Like, you did this, and I guess because it was such a well done production is the reason why people are feeling like they got they, you know, admirations toward the situation. And with these people only being able to do money grabs and not giving a fuck about, you know, the families that was affected by this, you know, not giving them their royalties, not even having to sit down with these folks, yeah, it's gonna be just more cinematic productions of these folks and people feeling like, all right, well, yeah, this is the way to go, this is cool. And then another thing, like I say, I listen to podcasts and I do this and that, so those type of situations with people, like, you know, being Satanists and shit, that's more common than not. That's a lot more common, is a lot of these folks being Satanists and whatnot. So you got to think about the statement that they putting toward these younger kids on just a subliminal aspect. Okay, this person was a serial killer, but now let's look deeper into this person. What else were they doing? Oh wow, okay, this person was a devil worshiper, this person was a devil, oh wow, this person did this. Like, yeah, it's a lot more folks. I done, like I said, that Lights Out podcast, that Lights Out YouTube thing, that shit right there is the perfect example, because they asses talk about hella serial killers and shit, and that's the common denominator. Even with the supernatural, like, it's always something to do with some type of trauma, some type of low energy, low vibrational situation that kind of sparked a lot of this stuff off. So, you know, that's the message that's being spread out. And, you know, that's uncomfortable for me, because I do believe in God, and that's the motherfucking devil is the damn enemy. So, you know, if you raising a whole bunch of these folks to just be nothing but, you know, Satanists and serial killers, or at least admiring these serial killers, yeah, we gonna be in a lot more fucked up situations than what we already are in with these, with these monsters. So, bro, I'm not even saying none of this to be like, hey, we should do this and that, to be able to, I don't know what the fuck to say or do about none of it. I'm a little bit at the point where I'm just like, man, I kind of want to stay away from everybody. I get afraid, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna protect myself. Definitely protect myself. So if you got a lot of these folks just saying that they want to interrupt your peace and bring you harm, or if that's the type of shit that they're glorifying, you would feel uncomfortable. You would feel like, hey, hide your kids, hide your wife, because now it's going down. These motherfuckers is out here wilding. They feeling like, all right, all this shit is cool. And then them spreading propaganda as such as, oh, it's finna be a purge in Chicago and stuff like that. January 1st, everybody is no, man. Like, motherfuckers ain't even did their research to realize, okay, well, they releasing certain, they releasing people that made certain crimes, but it's gonna be somebody that try to take it overboard and try to do some dumb shit. And I'm hoping, I'm really hoping and praying that get rectified if it does go down to that. But yeah, no, with that situation, it was literally just them saying, we're gonna be releasing a lot of these offenders that committed certain crimes, and from here on it'll be no cash bail. But it is certain laws that's taken into place where it's like, okay, if you if you committed certain crimes, it's gonna be a little bit more of a street justice. Oh my God, why did you just snitch on me? Damn, you the maid, G. You ain't even supposed to be on that. My God, bro, not the maid snitching on me. Alright, it is what it is. Can't believe she just screamed at me.
Then stop trying to bully your way onto it.
Watch out. Watch out. Oh, he trying to hit me with the dukes. Beat. Oh shit. Hold on. What's going on? What's going on? Where's the is it upstairs? Alright, we got more stuff up here. Whew. I don't know why she just screamed on me. Not all the cops is on me. But yeah, though, nah. Like I was saying, man, I just feel like we just in a time and age where a lot of the more fucked up shit is being glorified, even down to a smaller scale of like.
Can we get some more donuts before I'm gonna say anything? You can.
What time is it? It's a little bit late. Ain't no spot to get no donuts.
Huh?
It's 9. Ain't no spot to get no donuts.
Yes, there is. Dunkin' Donuts, remember?
They closed.
Bah!
Dunkin' Donuts. Am I living in a cardboard box? Yeah, nah, these folks, I definitely do expect, because I don't even want to bring up a lot of the people that I heard about, but I mean, even down to why are you just in there taking shots? Stupid. Even down to money and jewelry and stuff like that.
Hey,
people. What's up?
Well, can I have some? I might just eat this little house.
People don't want to actually like invest in and actually support the next person and shit like that. They'd rather see the next person down and try to big theyself up. Little do they know that's only gonna keep causing turmoil. How you start is usually how you finish. So you kind of want to keep that type of shit in mind whenever you interacting with folks. My thing is, it's like, at no point do I want motherfucker to make me feel like I'm not welcome, or I'm not, like I say, once again, the whole enemy situation. I don't want to be, antagonized by these people, just feeling like, okay, well, this is how you're supposed to operate to be a badass, or whatever you think the the statement was being made with that type of situation. It was to me personally, I felt like the movie was to bring awareness to a lot of the shit that happened. And I do feel like they should have paid them folks. Ain't no way y'all sitting over here y'all making so-called box office hits and shit like that, and y'all ain't pay these folks. That's fucked up. So yeah, bro, I definitely feel like I just feel like we in a time and age where things is getting a little bit more backwards. They don't want to, like, even down to terminology, like everybody call motherfucker that stay in the house a square. That's perfectly fine. But my whole thing is, why is it even having to be a square to really just mind your business? Because that's really what it is for me. Like, I'm all for, hey, I'm a nerd. I like to stay in the crib. I like to stay to myself. I like to read comics. I like to play the game. You feel me? I don't understand why it has to be some type of stigma to being that type of person that's more so of a loner. Because, if I go down my history of the situations that I was put in, I'm not saying, oh, well, I could be a Jeffrey Dahmer or no shit like that, because that shit fucked up. I'm not trying to do that to the next person. But at the same time, what I'm trying to get to the point of is the fact that we all have been in our situations where we felt like we was outcasted, or whatever the case may be. So for you to try to like put a label on it, oh, well, this person's a weirdo because he try to stay to himself, or whatever the case may be. That person could really be going through some shit, or they could have been through some shit that have made them closed off and whatnot. But when they say stay away from strangers, and that's the reason why, because it's coming to a point now where a lot of these motherfuckers that's what they glorifying. They not glorifying the working person. They not glorifying the hard worker. If you can't scheme and kill and do other fucked up shit to get what you need to go, it ain't respected. I just kind of want to, at this point, stay away from a lot of folks that look at things in that type of nature. Also that status thing. Motherfuckers put a lot of status on shit, feeling like they better than somebody because of whatever the case. All that shit is whack. Like, it should never be the case where only thing you thinking about is sizing this person up when you around them. Whenever you meet somebody, you would size them up. How am I better than this guy? That type of shit is so trash to me. For you to be thinking that as a human being, you really got to go ahead and reevaluate some stuff. And I know we were supposed to be talking about Halloween and getting up off that situation, so I'm going to try my best to pivot away from it. You feel me? But I was just saying, that's how I feel about this whole Dahmer situation. Now, as speaking on just simply how do I feel about the portrayal of, whatever the case may be. So far, I definitely, like, kind of stuck to my seat about everything. I'm like, what's happening right now? I'm definitely I'm interested in the story. for real. I try my hardest to skip past the gay shit without your pause. My bad, y'all. I don't hope I don't get demonetized or nothing. I be trying to skip past the stuff, the susness. I try to get around that without missing nothing in the story, man. I don't need to escape from their own lives. Trying to make people relove these and probably more. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. They perpetuating this propaganda and shit. That's why I be so against folks. Like, you feel me? Even with that situation, like I was saying with dude now. Like, bro, I wouldn't have went off like that. A motherfucker wouldn't have tried to make me seem, you know, as some other shit behind my bike. You know, you just sitting over here trying to cause some type of stirring something. And that's what they doing right now with this media. Like, we all been knowing that it's propaganda in the media, but now it's getting to a point where a lot of this stuff is more so finna be effective, like in a physical form, and it's gonna also mentally affect a lot of folks as well, to the point where they gonna be sitting over here, you know, really contemplating that type shit. And that's something that I really hoping is not, you know, the case. I'm hoping that we all could be to a better understanding. But I mean, you could check out what's going on with this whole, you know, with this whole war situation, and how they pretty much kind of are forcing these people to fight. We not really being given a chance. In America, that's another thing. We kind of take a lot of this stuff that we got for granted, because we be feeling like, okay, well, you know, it couldn't happen to me and blah blah blah. Like, it's like, bro, y'all don't understand. We right around the corner from the bullshit, and for us to be treating each other like this, like, there's so much stuff going on just in America right now. How is we supposed to, here you go, how is we supposed to be able to even defend ourselves in our own homes? We can't even look at our neighbor with no type of respect. And that's what it is with this whole Dama situation. And I told y'all we was gonna leave it alone. I told y'all we was gonna leave it alone, and we finna leave it alone, man. So yeah, as far as the Red Dead stuff, bro, we finally bike here in the Wild Wild West. Now, I'm gonna do my hardest to give y'all a motherfucking to give y'all a film, a Halloween film. But I'm just trying to let it be known, I do have some projects to work on, like some real deal projects to work on. I had some folks help me out a while back, some months ago, with this Red Dead film, and that's gonna be coming out. I'm gonna be coming out pretty soon. I want to set it for after October, you know, or at least after this Halloween. If I could get something going for y'all for Halloween, then my next plans of action is to definitely get that film out. So I want y'all to be staying tuned for that. But, you know, if y'all are watching this, the reason why it's taking so long is, one, because when we were doing that film, a lot of stuff kind of happened in between that time that was making me not really confident in working on that film. And, you know, if we fast forward to now, it's just more so been like I'm waiting on the right time. I want to be able to, you know, give it a grand entrance. And to be honest with you, I want to do way better projects than that. So my expectations is kind of set high for it. But at the same time, here you go, I'm a little bit I'm a little bit nervous about it. I got spoiled with GTA. I just been sitting on the GTA, and I did the Rockstar editor, and, you know, it takes away all the sound, so I don't got to worry about nothing with that. it fucking lets me do all my angles, and this is what I was trying to avoid, was not being spoiled by GTA, because I got a little bit more discouraged about actually following through with getting this film off the ground. But needless to say though, or I should say, we're gonna get that fucking film done. That shit's coming out for sure. So if you are watching this, man, I'm sorry for the wait, but you know, hopefully it'll be well worth the wait. But as far as Halloween, it's one of my favorite seasons. I like to cut on my, you know, I usually like to go for different scary movies though. I don't like to stay on just one scary movie. So me personally, I'd probably just be watching shit that I probably never even heard of before, or just watching whatever creepy shit I can watch. As far as for like classics though, my shit is the old TV shows. I like watching certain TV shows that had some creepy shit go down with it. Like any old show that had like a motherfucking, what you call that shit? Any show that had a Halloween special, I was there for it. Or you feel me? I tried my hardest to be there for it. Like Smart Guy. You ain't never. Alright, bro. I'm ass. And we sat there the whole time waiting on them folks. I'm ass. I didn't even make it past one wave. That's crazy. I'm just starting the mission. I don't even care no more. That just pissed me all the way off. That shit just pissed me all the way off. But yeah, like Martin, Smart Guy. I think Sister had one, but I can't even remember. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. Fucking Regular Show. I think Regular Show like that shit just as much as I do, because I be sitting over there in love with them what they call like trailer park horrors or some shit like that. I might actually get into that this month. I love that fucking series. When they do their little Halloween shit, get in their Halloween bag. So yeah, man, that's something that I like to look forward to with Halloween. Getting my popcorn and Raisinets and watching some scary shit go down. But as far as movies, it's this one movie that's pretty cool. It's real creepy, just kind of the, I don't know, it's just like the way the deaths kind of go down in it is creepy to me. But it's called Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat. That's literally what it's called. It's a pretty dope, scary movie. It's a horror anthology, and it's following around this little pumpkin head boy. The motherfucking shit is creepy. I like it. But trying to think, Vampire in Brooklyn is always a good favorite for me. I might tune in to Vampire in Brooklyn. It's been a while since I actually watched some real scary movies and been in love with them for real. I gotta get bite to it, cause I ain't seen too many scary movies in the recent times, and I'm usually like big on them. The shit that I don't like, bro, like I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't know how motherfuckers be watching shit like Saw and Hostel. I don't like that gory type shit. Like, it's not scary to me at all. It's just I don't like gory shit. Like, gory shit ain't really my thing. Like, it ain't like, oh my god, I'm scared. It's just like I don't know, I can't get with it. Like, even on Red Dead, I think I was saying it before in one of my older streams. I was like, I don't really like when I was, I'm not gonna say I don't dislike, but when I was editing one of my films, I was stuck in this room and it was just hella dismemberments and shit. It makes me think of ways to get out of those type of situations. No, see, and that's the thing with me though, Blaze, because I like escape room ass movies. I love them situational as, like, okay, and there we go. Now my head rolling again. All right, now you feel me? Now the grind's gearing, or the gears grinding. That motherfucking it's a movie called Nine Dead, I think it's called. Bro, if you ever seen that movie Nine Dead, G, that shit is dope. Like, all the motherfuckers was stuck in the, and my thing is, like I say, it's literally the gore for me, because I don't necessarily fuck with the over the top ass gore. And that's not to say like, oh, it's over the top, it can't happen. It's just, for me, it's kind of like, I'm not really into the whole torture ass shit. For me, I'm more so into the, like, once again, Nine Dead, and that was about, it was a soft scenario, but these people had something in common with each other, and they had all pretty much got picked up off the street, picked up off the street and stuck in this room. And they each had, like, I think it was between 10 to 30 minutes. It was like 10 to 30 minutes about, I don't want to, it was like between 10 to 30 minutes for what they had to think about what the fuck they got in common, you know, before he came out and shot another motherfucker. So they would literally be sitting there looking at each other like, do I know you, type shit. And then the motherfuckers wasn't trying to fess up or confess like, okay, I know this person, or I remember you, or oh, I could remember this situation. They just get popped, you feel me? So it was real, like, it was real interesting to be like, okay, so how are we gonna get up out of here? And then they did try to find a way to, like, you know, fight the dude off at the end as well. So I like them type movies, and there's some other movies like that as well that's, I just can't think of them right now. Like, that was one of them, but I like them type movies, and I wish I could think of the ones. Like, it be some supernatural ones that I don't really fuck with, but at the same time, I like the concept of them, so they kind of cool to me. I remember this one movie, like Pet. That was a good movie to me. Is this dude, he had this fixation with a girl, and he fucking trapped her in there like a motherfucking dog, sitting over there trying to tell her to, you know, be good and do good, and, you know, yeah, it was weird, bro. But it was like he was some type of animal keeper or animal carer. He worked at a vet spot basically, and he was taking after these dogs. So this motherfucker done kidnapped the old girl, put her in that. I'm like, damn. So she had to find out like how to appease to his better nature and get him up out of that situation. But then it's another movie called I think it's called Circle, and that's what I'm talking about, like with the more supernatural shit. Like, I don't necessarily like the supernatural type shit to it. I'm more so like the human aspect. But in that movie The Circle, they asses was all up in there, and it was on some, we gotta pick the motherfucker that's basically like the least on our social standards. Like, okay, this person did some unfavorable things, so we're gonna vote him to get eliminated from the circle type situation. That shit was kind of dope, cause it's like, damn, you just like, all right, say for instance they come up with a question: who has ever whooped they dog before? If you one of them motherfuckers that whooped the dog, you gonna go. You feel me? Like, you out of the circle, and they keeping the next shit rolling. You feel me? They gon', and it's just some random ass shot like the Squid Games. I like shit like that. But as far as shit like Saw and stuff, I wouldn't mind it if it wasn't as gory. Like, I'm more so a stickler for a good story than anything else. That's what I like. So if you just putting me in this torture chamber the whole time, and it's literally nothing but me going through all of these dumbass puzzles, but it ain't no deeper meaning to it other than some just gore happening. Then that shit just stupid to me. Like, bro, I don't want to see that shit. That hostile shit, like, these motherfuckers locked them up in there, and then I don't even know what the fuck was happening with that shit. But long story short, like, I seen one where it looked like it was just people being tortured strictly for the online entertainment. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't want to watch this shit. Like Human Centipede, that shit nasty to me, but I don't want to watch all that shit. Motherfuckers shitting in each other's mouths. That's all I could think when you tell me a Human Centipede. You sold these motherfuckers' mouths to asses, and I'm supposed to think, oh, they ain't shitting in each other's mouth. Like, I don't want to see that shit. Come on now, bro. What are we talking about here? So yeah, nah, I can't get into that gory vibe when they be like, like I don't even like animes like that. Like Baki. Like if you in here and you a fan of Baki, bro, we not friends. I mean, we cool, but we ain't friends, G. Because I don't fuck with that Baki shit. That shit is stupid. I'm sorry, G, but how Buddy hit a whole split in some other dumb, like, bro, that shit's stupid. Like, what the fuck he do? He like twisted his arms all the way backwards. It was stupid. Like, unnecessary, G. No. Unfucking necessary, man. Nah, I'm playing. We could be friends if you like Baki, but don't ever sit over here and talk to me and think that that shit cool. Oh, did you see the episode? No. Nigga, that shit's stupid. It was another movie that came out that was kind of similar to it, or not a movie, but a Netflix show that came out. Well, we talk about Halloween films, so I don't even care. Fuck it. I seen some shit, Brooklyn. It was some type of vampire movie. Brooklyn, it was like a 2-3 part series. I want to see that, yeah. Oh, okay. This is not a movie, but I absolutely love Sabrina, G. And when I say I love Sabrina, I'm not even talking about like, no, oh, I'm in love with her. I just literally have always been a genuine fan of Sabrina. I love the Sabrina series, G. That shit, and it's more dark too. And that kind of go back to what I was saying earlier about how they kind of like normalizing a lot of this satanic shit like that. Like, they got a lot of that in there. Like, I be sitting over there trying to really just, I don't know, if you could like listen to what go on in the back of my mind, G, it'd be hilarious and weird at the same fucking time. Like, you just be hearing me talk about, I do not approve, I do not approve, I do not approve, thank you Jesus, thank you Jesus, thank you Jesus. The whole time I'm listening, I'm watching these fucking shows, because I'm seeing all of these fucking these fucking what you call it, 5-point stars and shit. Like, I'm just like, oh my god, this, I love God. I love God. I love God. Like, bro, like, what is going on? But I love this shit. Like, this show dope. Like, bro, I like the little magic shit with that. Like, that's the only type supernatural shit I was ever really into. And I think that's because my mama used to watch Charmed a lot. I think they got a newer series of Charmed, or they had a newer series of Charmed that came out after the original series of Charmed. But yeah, I don't know. I couldn't really get with Charmed, but Sabrina, that was my shit. That's Sabrina, that's the boy. So look, man, check out that Sabrina the Teenage Witch on Netflix if you got that young Netflix. But like I say, bro, it's so much shit. Like, I'm big on like the movie, on the show series and shit like that. So I like to watch shit like oh shit, they trying to hit me with them axes. I like shit like fucking Smart Guy and what's that one? It's one Halloween series. I actually might watch that again this year. Like, I love the Halloween ones. I'm trying to think which one I really fuck with. Adam Sandler, you said it came out or it's finna drop? I'ma watch it, cause I ain't see it. He do real good with putting comedy into scary movies. Like, and that's the thing. I like Like I like shit like Goosebumps and shit like that. Like actually, I was just watching some. I was watching like some. They be like movie or show breakdown type shit. So I was watching that early today, just on some. What does this person got to say about Goosebumps? You feel me? They be doing Afraid of the Dark, Goosebumps. What's the other one? Got Are You Afraid of the Dark? They got Goosebumps and they got Creeped Out, and some other shit that R.L. Stein made. But yeah, I like those, or the Disney scary movies and shit. I like the more comedy shit, like Don't Look Under the Bed, I think it was called, or something like that. That's a classic. That's my little shit. They just killed Jim. Man. Fucking, was it called Don't Look Under the Bed? I think it was called Don't Look Under the Bed. That's with the boogeyman. So if you ever if you got Disney and shit like that, try to check out their horror catalog. And like I say, man, just go through there and watch for their horror ones. I know, oh my God, I just died again. That's crazy. And she killed me with a fucking bolt action. I'm trash as ass. Craziness. We gonna abandon this and we gonna go to the next one. It ain't even like, oh, well, I just really don't care for doing it like that. Like, I just really want to go through them anyway. Hey, you done failed us, Johnny. What the hell? What? Bro, it's 9:47. I want a honey bun myself. Just cause we ain't got no damn donuts. Sure, we might end up doing that. I'm gonna lie to you. But yeah, nah though, man. I love scary movies. I have been trying. Can somebody please help me out? I need y'all to really start tuning into these streams and interacting. And this is not to ask y'all this to be like build my fame. I really need some interaction because I be trying to find some shit out. Like, I need somebody to tell me what this old, it was like I guess it was a horror anthology or something like that, but I could have sworn it came on ABC Family, but it was a Halloween thing. And the fucking girl, it was basically one of them urban legends, and the girl was fucking babysitting the kid, and the kid turned out to like end up being a monster or some shit like that. It was on, they didn't show the baby being a monster, but it was on some weird shit like that. Like the girl fucking she had to babysit the little kid, and it was on some gremlin shit damn near. It was like if she didn't let the baby go to bed at the certain time or some shit like that, or she didn't keep an eye on the baby, it was gonna start doing some weird shit. And then I don't fucking remember, bro, but I want to watch that so bad. I just remember I was young as hell and I was creeped the fuck out. I was like, bro, what is this? It was on ABC Family. It had to be. If it went on ABC Family, it was one of their spin-off channels. But it was, bro, that shit was crazy. I want to watch that again. But I mean, we could always talk about some Love, Death, and Robots and what you call that shit, Love, Death, and Robots, and Black Mirror. Those are some good semi-horror anthologies. Horror anthologies is something that I fuck with too. Them, I don't know. Sometimes I be a little bit pissed with them because sometimes they really do got good storylines. But if y'all ain't got Netflix, I would hope that y'all had like one of these type of streaming platforms or something like Amazon Prime or something. I know they got something going on right now. If y'all got Disney Plus, I know they got that Hocus Pocus 2, which I still gotta check out because Hocus Pocus 1 was the shit. I Put a Spell on You was one of my favorite songs because of that. Like, come on now. I gotta check out that Hocus Pocus 2. Alex, you funny. Talking about, can I please have some candy and good vid? Hocus Pocus. What's another good movie? Fucking, oh my goodness. As far as Disney, first of all, y'all gotta get in tune, man. If y'all don't know about Halloween Town, grow down. Grow down if you don't know about Halloween Town, G, because you gotta know about that. At least the first one. Like the last ones that they had came out with, it's like, you feel me? It could be hit or miss, but the first one, the second one for sure. So I mean, yeah, you gotta get in tune with them. He talking about, and I subscribe. You funny. You ain't supposed to be subscribed to my channel, Alex. You ain't even supposed to be on. You ain't even supposed to be on adult YouTube. So get back to kids YouTube. Thank you for subbing. Get to kids YouTube, man. But yeah, though, I definitely do. I definitely do recommend that you get in tune with some of the Disney Channel Halloween specials and some of the Disney Channel Boy Meets World. That's what it was. Boy Meets World is one of my favorite Halloween specials from Disney. They got one where Corey and Topanga like broke up type shit, and Sean wanted them to get back together. So it was just this whole I don't want to really spoil the situation, and I'm hoping that I didn't give too much away. But if you got Disney Plus and they got Boy Meets World on there, definitely check out the Halloween special. I don't know what it's called. I mean, if y'all want to talk about some hip hop though, you got Brother Lynch. He got this story based album, The Coat Hanger Strangler. That's pretty dope. So yeah, I like the hip hop horror type shit. I don't necessarily like horrorcore, but if you got a good storyline, I'm digging it. But just going back to regular old shows and shit like that, like I said before, Amazon Prime, they got a lot of good little movies and shit. I can't think of nothing off the top of my head because a lot of the shows and movies be scattered out between each other. Like YouTube kids. He funny. But HBO Max. If y'all got HBO Max, Batman. First of all, Batman being Batman could definitely give you some good ideas on some Halloween vibes. But at the same time though, Batman got some actual Halloween specials. It's a 2-part Halloween special that was pretty decent. But if I'm being honest with you, I liked some of the other ones a little bit better for the creepier vibe. I can't necessarily say no names off the top of my head except for probably Under the Red Hood. So you can check out that whole trilogy or that whole series. You know, they connected in a way. So you just gotta like know the timeline, or at least watch it from the timeline, and then you be able to check that out. I like Under the Red Hood. It's a little bit more of a violent side to things, and that's kind of a bit scary when you take into factor that certain times. And that's another thing I do respect about DC Comics, by the way, is that they asses most definitely know how to put violence and shit. Like Marvel show off with Wolverine and Deadpool and Punisher and a couple other guys every now and then, but when it come down to some real deal violence, yeah, DC be doing their damn thing with these shows and movies. But yeah, though, Batman, the series that they got, the actual live action series, that's another one that's cool. But they got a lot of like horror movies as well. I'm trying to think of something off the top of the head. I'm gonna have to go on HBO Max my damn self and see something. I'm gonna have to go to work though soon. Not soon, but I'm gonna have to go to work in the morning, so I'm not gonna be able to be on all day, unfortunately. But I do wanna try to see if I could find. And I need a gaming chair. Y'all just hear me squeaking and shit. Look, let me see something. We actually finna see if we could solve some of this right now, because I got Prime Video and HBO Max on my phone, which I honestly didn't even realize. But yeah, regular show like I was talking about earlier, that's on HBO Max. They got some shit called Lost Spooky. I don't know what that is. I'm pretty sure South Park got some decent Halloween specials. I may do some research on some South Park. I don't know. It's to a certain point for me where like I kind of just grew out of South Park, but I still fuck with South Park to a certain extent. They got something called Folklore. Now I'm real big on urban legends, so that's another thing. You know, if you don't even really got no access, this look like it's. Oh yeah, okay. This is an Asian. It's an Asian production, and it's a horror anthology. It looked like, which is pretty cool to me. It was either a horror anthology or a 6-part series. My Wi-Fi acting ass right now, so I can't pull it up. Oh shit! What is that shit called? It's something on Netflix. It's a here you go. It's a mini series. It's like it got one series where it follow this one. I don't know. I don't even want to speak too early because I can't even tell y'all what it's called. But that was a good thing that I seen on Netflix. I always try to find the scary movies and the serial killer movies and the psychological thrillers. That's what they call. Psychological thrillers are my shit. I like to find them. They got The Corpse's Bride on HBO Max. They got True Blood on HBO Max. I think True Blood is the one that people be telling me that I should see. I think my little sister was telling me True Blood. It was either True Blood or I don't know. I always get two of them confused. It's that one and another one that I get confused with. So I don't know if y'all ever seen them two, but Alex, if you don't stop spamming this thing before you go to bed. They got Hellboy on HBO Max. That's a good one. I mean, I don't know. Hellboy is more so on some action. So if y'all was really trying to like see some scary type stuff, I would say, you know, they got the Nightmare on Elm Street collection. They got the Nightmare on Elm Street collection. They got it. The old school 2-part film. Is this the old one or the new one? This is the new one, chapter 1 and chapter 2. I seen that. I was watching that last year or earlier in the year. But now that it's Halloween, I just might watch it again. It is definitely the shit. Yeah, nah, the newer ones was lit to me. I honestly ain't never see the old one. So yeah, I would have to watch the old one. Speaking of old, they got a movie called Old. I seen that. That movie Old is pretty it's pretty interesting. Vampire Diaries, that's the one that I get confused with True Blood. So hopefully True Blood is the one that I'm supposed to be watching. That's supposed to be interesting. It's like different type of hybrids. It ain't just vampires. So yeah, I think it's True Blood. But yeah, Old, that's a good one. It's like motherfuckers get on the beach, start turning old, don't know what the fuck going on. So that's that. You know, Nightmare on Elm Street, that's Freddy Krueger. It, that's the clown. You know, they got Conjuring. They got all the Conjuring. I'm personally, I don't know, see, like I was talking about with the whole like spiritual type shit. I know horror movies altogether shouldn't be a thing for people to be fucking with, but when it come to The Conjuring, I'm just like, look, y'all was dealing with some spirits and demons. I don't think I want no parts in that, big fella. But I have seen Annabelle and all of that shit like that. Like I have seen a few of them. I ain't no bitch now. Y'all gotta understand. I'm not scared of this stuff. You feel me? I just don't want to invite no negative spirits around. Because I watch this shit, G. I'm trying to tell you, like, I love scary movies. I watch all this shit. The Exorcist is actually something that I might end up watching because I never saw The Exorcist. Final Destination, I seen all the Final Destinations except for probably like the very last one. So I'm gonna go ahead and watch it. Now, Final Destination did scare me. Now, you want to talk about what I am scared of? I am scared of real life situations like that for show. No, nigga, you got me fucked all the way up. Final Destination had me. Boy, look, I've been the most timidest motherfucker for a while now. Like, motherfuckers used to wonder why I ain't never want to get on the motherfucking the play places at McDonald's and shit like that. I used to be like, oh no, I'm too big for that. Nah, hell no, I want to fall through that motherfucker, nigga. Like, I was so fucking scared of anything just because of Final Destination. Like, bro, I don't like being by semi trucks to this day, nigga. Look, I Final Destination, hell yeah. That's why I don't like roller coasters. Motherfuckers be all live a little, an adrenaline rush, man. You got me fucked up. I'm not finna get on no damn roller coaster, nigga. I'm not finna get on no damn airplane, nigga. Y'all trying to die. I don't want no, man. Motherfucking bird try to fly through the wing, then what? Now you just looking crazy. It's that and zombies for me. And zombies, people try to act like, oh, zombies, it's like, what are you? Nah, I'm zombie, I like zombies. Like, y'all motherfuckers, alright, cool. It's gonna be that one antidote that they put out and motherfuckers start walking around like zombies and then motherfuckers ain't gonna know what to do. Oh, I can't wait for the zombie part. Y'all go ahead and y'all have fun there. I don't wanna, nah, G. Like, what's to life after that? Is what I be trying to ask niggas. Like, what's really the life after apocalypse? Nothing, nigga. You just sitting there fighting zombies until you, and then the death ain't gonna be fun, nigga. What are you talking about? You talking about you want to get ate by zombies is basically what you telling me. You think you just gonna survive the whole time? Like, okay, good for you. I'm glad you got faith in yourself. Me personally, what the fuck is going on after that? We finna be sitting over here having to deal with toxins and some more shit. Every day you gotta look over your shoulder for a fucking zombie. If you that excited about conflict and shit, go get in the war, nigga. Join the gang, nigga. Like, y'all be acting like that shit just sweet. Alright, bro. Now when a motherfucker bite you in your neck out of the blue, don't say shit to me. Now look, Donnie Darko is another one. Right. Donnie Darko is another one that I fuck with. Johnny Nacho is cool. The Poltergeist honestly was a little bit boring. Beetlejuice, hell yeah, bro. Look, I don't watch Beetlejuice and I might watch it again. I ain't even gonna say that shit no more because you already know you ain't supposed to say that nigga that many times. But look, that's my shit. Go and tune into that. The Gremlins, they got the Gremlins on this motherfucker. Nah, and that's what I was saying because HBO is lit. They got some shit called The Baby. I might check that out. I think it's just a series. Yeah, it's just a series. But I mean, I don't know, cause it might be cool. The Baby. I'll check it out. I guess it's supposed to be just like some monstrous baby. But yeah, Final Destination. I'm gonna watch Final Destination just cause I keep trying to tell y'all like niggas ain't scared. I'm just saying, but I am scared of that damn whatchamacallit. Now the Omen. The Omen is something I didn't watch either, and the reason why I didn't watch it is because it came out on one of them pandemic type days. Like, it was like 11/11/11 when Omen came out. So once again, I'm not trying to invite no negative spirits and shit. Like, I love the Halloween stuff, and that's why I feel like I'm just a fucking oxymoron for real, because I love Halloween. Like, I can't help it, but at the same time, it's just for me where it's like, I don't want to be like inviting no, you feel me? So that's just certain type of shit that I be wary of when I be looking into this type stuff. But yeah, they got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now I did see the newer one. I never really watched the older one because when I was younger, I was definitely afraid of some shit. Like, so whenever it said based on a true story, I was like, yeah, nah, I'm good. That mean that could happen. I'm cool, G. Y'all trying to get me fucked up. But then, you know what ended up happening? School. Yeah, school fucking exposed me to that shit. We was doing a test, bro. We was doing a whole fucking test. And it was reading comprehension type test. And the story was so interesting, right? And I'm gonna tell y'all this story right now. Y'all probably gonna know this story at the end, but we gonna tell it just like they read it to me, just so y'all get exposed to this shit too, cause that shit pissed me off, bro. I was just doing a test. I'm sitting over here to do schoolwork, and y'all niggas trying to scare the fuck out of me. Nigga, I went home afraid. So look, G, I wasn't crying, but I was pissed. I'm like, yo, this was supposed to be a test. I'm sitting over here thinking about this shit. Now I'm sitting over here like, damn, I need to go ahead and start doing some research. What is this? And then it happened again at school. I read another one of them motherfucking things. I'm like, oh, and they was called urban legends. I'm like, okay. But yeah, though, the one I read, basically it went like this shit. So it was a couple driving in the car and shit, right? And then they hear on the radio, there's a serial killer out on the loose, and he just escaped from prison. You know, he's highly dangerous and shit like that, so you need to be careful, blah blah blah. So yeah, this couple, they just sitting over here like minding their business and just like, all right, yeah, just be careful, you know. Oh well, we like 50 miles away from this shit, some shit, like we some miles away from dudes, so we good, you know. They was on a little road trip or whatnot, so they go on here and they driving and shit like that. The car fucking breaks down. As the car breaks down, you know, the man being the man, he like, you know, we close to the gas station, I'll go and grab it. I'll go and grab some gas. You know, you just sit back, lock the doors, keep the windows up. It's a little crowbar in the trunk, if you feel like, you know, you in a dangerous situation. Not in the trunk, it was like in the bike seat or something where she could access. It was a crowbar right there, so you could grab that. So she like, okay, cool, you know, just be careful. So he go to grab the gas and whatnot. They parked under a tree because it started raining real bad. So throughout the night, you know, it been like 10 minutes. The fucking she go to sleep, but she keep getting woke up by the roof getting like scratched and shit by the tree or whatever. It's like scraping across the top of the tree, just like shh, shh. Like, you feel me, just like scraping across the top of the tree. So she fucking like every other 10 minutes she keep waking up hearing the fucking scrape, like damn. So by the time she realized, like, it's a little bit, it's damn near like 2 o'clock in the morning. Whole time she like, buddy ain't bite yet. She grabbed a crowbar, she opened the motherfucking door. Whole time the shit scraping across the top of the fucking car was dude's feet. This fucking serial killer done yoked the dude up, hung him on the top of the tree, hung him over the fucking car the whole time, watching this lady while she was sleeping in the car. And then had the nerve to ask me, so what did you gather? What information did you gather from this story? Nigga, what? I'm freaked out. What are you talking about? I said, what are you talking about? What information did I gather from the story? A nigga just died. Nigga, where are we going? Where are we going with this? I was so fucking afraid, G. So, right, I'm like, yo, this is a scary ass story, man. I ain't even tell nobody when I went home or nothing. I just sat there and pondered that shit. And the thing for me is, when it come down to urban legends, I ponder them shits for months at a time. Even to this day, I do not like being out at 3 in the morning. Like, that's my no. That's my no. That's not happening. If it's 3 in the morning, I'm in the crib, G. I'm not trying to be outside. That's the witching hours, G. Fuck that. And then if you read some other type of 100 hours, it's like certain things that you say in certain areas, like, okay, well, this could happen. And then you go into certain levels. I love urban legends and urban myths, but boy, them bitches terrify me. So that was the first one, right? So I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck this was, but that shit was crazy. Like, this shit was scary or whatever. So I don't think nothing of it after I get over it, like the first month or two. But then here we go. I'm like in a higher grade level, and I think I done heard another thing that was like an urban legend, but I'm still not really knowing what it's called. So this one, it's about a dog, and I'm like, okay, you feel me? What's this dog story? Once again, it's a test, reading comprehension. So they telling me about a dog. They like, yeah, this lady, what the fuck was going on with this dog? They're like, it was just this lady, she stayed with her dog and whatnot. Every morning she let him go outside, then keep him in the house and stuff like that. And she'd go out to work, come home for her lunch break, check on the dog real quick, and dip back out. So on this particular day, she go inside the house, and the dog is like choking and like kind of like heaving. And she like, you okay, boy? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, he choking and heaving. He ain't like dying, but he's like, so she trying to get him water and shit. It ain't working for him. So now she got to call a ambulance, and she stand by herself, so it ain't really nobody to check on the dog for. So she like, damn, like I gotta take him to the vet or something like that and get him up out of there. So she go ahead and she take the dog to the vet. And no, she didn't take him to the vet. I think she like called the ambulance or something, because she had to go back to work. So she called them, and she tried to hurry up and go to work. And she just like, I just need y'all to like come and check on my dog. I'm gonna leave the keys under the mat. So this girl, she go to work, and she get a call, like she on the way to work. She like probably like 5 minutes out. Not 5 minutes, she probably like 10 minutes out. She like halfway to work. The police call her and like, ma'am, are you still in that house? And she like, nah, I'm like almost at work right now. Like, what's going on? She like, thank God. They like, thank God. We are searching for this burglar that's inside of your house right now. Your dog was choking and heaving on this man's finger, and he's hiding somewhere in your house away from the dog. I say, get the fuck out of here. So once again, they like, so what was this lady's profession? Or some shit like, what did this lady do at 12 o'clock every day? I'm like, nigga, what are you talking about right now? You just told me about a fucking burglar in the house with the dog. Get away. Get away. Get away. Thank you.
I shall stay here with the husky.
Bro. So now I'm like, nah, this shit is crazy. What is going on? What are these? Finally, I found out they urban legends or urban myths because I hear about this other story. Now, this other story was called Humans Can Lick Too. Now, this was about another dog. And I'm just sitting over here thinking, all right, cool. We got dogs. You feel me? I love a good dog story. What about this dog is so interesting? So it's this fucking, this fucking girl. She got like these busy ass parents, so she always be at the crib solo and whatnot, right? And she's in high school, so she ain't like super young, but she's still about like 14, 15 years old. Like, she a youngin', but they trust her. She ain't no bad kid or whatnot. So every day they letting her know, like, yeah, you do this and this and that. So on this weekend, they like, you got the house to yourself for the weekend. We left you enough money for pizza. You know, you can watch whatever shows you want to. You can bring some friends over if you want to. But, you know, respect everything. And they know she a good girl. She ain't really on no bad stuff. So it is what it is. Right? So they got a dog. And his name is Roger, I think his name was. So she makes sure Roger is like all good. She got like the little dog set up for this boy. Every night when she go to bed, oh shit, my bad. That's a big old. Hold on. I'm getting some horrible feedback. Okay, there we go. Yeah, nah, so every night, like, she got this dog by her bedside. He hop up on the bed, kind of like how my dog doing right now. He hopping on the bed, and, you know, we pet him on the head. So that's what he do every morning and every night to, like, kind of assure her that she's there. So she thinking I'm going to go ahead and start up a party, you know, Saturday. So I get ready. She get the house ready and whatnot. She make sure that she got a little spot for the dog to be at, but she let him loose, you know, for the last night until the party. So she just like, yeah, you know, you stay by my bed tonight. We gonna bring some friends over tomorrow morning and shit. So she in the middle of the night, she like checking for the dog and whatnot, and he all cool, you know. He done licked her hand and stuff like that to make sure that she cool. She done rubbed the top of his head. So she get up to go and get some water, and she ain't really cut no lights on, because it's like, you know, when you cut the lights on, your eyes start hurting and shit like that. So she cut this, she like, I'm not gonna cut no lights on, I'm just go grab some water. She go grab some water from the refrigerator, go back upstairs. She ran to the bathroom to go pee. Once again, not cutting on no light. She got enough moonlight, but the floor felt a little bit wet. Like, it was a little bit of dripping. And so yeah, that's what she figured. Like, it's probably the dog done peed. I'm gonna have to deal with it in the morning. So she just hurry up and like kind of like wipe her feet off. Like, fuck, like, I don't really want to deal with this right now. Let me just hurry up and get up out of here. So she like wipe her feet off or something. Some little lazy shit. She should have really got it up, but she didn't. So she stepped in a little puddle and whatnot. She think it's either, hopefully it's a leak. Like, she don't really smell no pee smell. So she thinking like, hopefully it's just a small little leak in the sink. So with that, she go back to bed, and you know, the dog lick her hand again, and she rubbed the top of his head. But she keep hearing this like dripping noise. So throughout the night, and that's what even how I woke up in the first place, was that this dripping noise kept happening. So it's drip, drip, drip. She wake up. She went to get the water the first time. Second time, she hearing the drip. She like, okay, for sure, it's got to be a leak with the sink. I'm gonna have to get this fixed ASAP. You know, the party finna start in the morning and whatnot. I got the little spot for Roger. We got to get this shit going. And I make sure, you know, he go out, he pee and whatnot. I'm going to just go to sleep for about like an hour or two more. And then when I wake up, I get it taken care of. You know, it'll just be an early day. I'll be a little tired, but it's fine. So she keep hearing this fucking drip. 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 Finally, she like, okay, fuck it. Let me go up. I got to get up and get this stuff going. It's probably about 3 o'clock in the morning, maybe even close to 4. But it's around the 3 range. So she get up, she like, fuck it, I really didn't want to do it, but I'm going to have to cut these lights on. You know, now my eyes finna hurt. So she cut the lights on, and it's just a big old bright flash. So she got her eyes closed for a second. And then she's starting to come to. She opened it, and then the vision is starting to clear. She in this puddle again, but instead of it being like water or piss, it's red. So she look up, And this drip that keep dripping is the dog hung from the shower curtain. And then on the fucking mirror of the bathroom, it say humans can lick too. I say, what the fuck is going on? And I'm just sitting over here once again, just like, and I just got to keep answering these questions like this is normal, right? Yeah, man, that's the type of shit they put me through. But then, you know, I mean, it's a couple of them that I really do enjoy. Like, it was another one they was talking about, like a person that was dug in a grave. You know, they had a little funeral for him and stuff like that. But then they came back a few days later, and the coffin had been like scratched up and shit. So they thought it was like a grave digger. No, it wasn't. They didn't think it was a grave digger. They was news about a grave digger like going around and shit like that. So the family that just had the funeral, they had went back to see, you know, if their family member was cool and whatnot. But then when they looked in the inside of the coffin, it was scratched up. And the reason why it was scratched up is because that family member hadn't died. They died when they was trying to scratch out of that coffin. And you know, and this should be in school. I'd be pissed. Like, why is these school ones? But then Jeff the Killer, that wasn't the one from school. That was just one that I read on my own. That's one of my scariest ones that I've read, is Jeff the Killer. And it ain't necessarily like, I don't know. It's just something to me about that smile, bro. It's just like, it's the smile for me. I don't know. It's crazy.
They're giving me nightmares.
That's what you get for eavesdropping.
Yeah,
So yeah, though, man. That's kind of like my thing when it comes to Halloween. I just like that little spooky vibe, them scary stories, the campfire stories.
I don't.
And shit like that. I love those, man. Absolutely love those. I got one more that I could tell y'all though before we go ahead and wrap it up. So this one is an old favorite. This one is about a babysitter and some kids. So basically what happened with the babysitter and the kids was
Come on, Nugget.
you know, it was a family. They hired a girl cause she a regular. They always hook up. Well, no. She wasn't a regular. My bad. They hired her because their regular was sick. So she was like, you know, I'm a good babysitter though. She was a natural to the babysitting process. It's just like, okay, you know, you watch the kids, blah blah blah. So, you know, she knew what she was doing. She had everything down pipe. It wasn't no big deal. So she go to this family and they let her know, like, yeah, the kids can stay up until about 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, they gotta wrap everything up, lights off, whatnot. You know, we got a room where they can like play with toys and stuff like that, or they could take their toys out, but just make sure that they put everything back where it's supposed to be. You know, like, because we want everything to be orderly and stuff like that. Just make sure everything is put back exactly where it needs to be. And you know, they leave her money for everything too. So she like, okay, cool. Right, so she chilling with the kids. They have a good old time. It's getting time for bed. She had them you know, brush their teeth and whatnot, get ready to lay down. And before they lay down, you know, she see that all of these toys is just laying around the room. So she like, damn, man, like, you know, it's finna be time for them to be in bed. So I can't necessarily have them go and do this. So I might as well just go ahead and take care of it. But I'm gonna just let the parents know. You feel me? So that they could kind of tell me what to do about it. So she called him and she like, yeah, you know, they was already giving the checkups, like, yeah, everything cool and whatnot. So she like, yeah, they left all the toys up. I mean, I'm finna clean it up, but I don't necessarily know where everything goes. Or do you want them to do it? And she like, they like, well, yeah, they can do it. That's fine, but you know, if you want to do it yourself, that's cool. Everything pretty much is labeled in a way, so you know it's certain little sticky things or whatever you call it. Like, you know, you basically like put some tape on the floor or on the wall and then you put the label down. It was like little shit like that laying around. So like nothing that was like tacky on the house, but you could still see it. So she like, okay, cool, got it. So I'll just do it and they could just go ahead and get in the bed. And they're like, all right, awesome, just call us if you need anything else. So she get off the phone with them and she straightening up all of this shit and whatnot. But then she found this big old clown. And she like, damn, I don't know where to put this. You feel me? So she called them and she like, and it was heavy too. Like, she like, shit, like, but she didn't like the clown though because it was like staring at her and shit. Like, it looked like whenever she moved, it was following her whenever she was cleaning up. So she already didn't like it. And then when she tried to like move it, she was gonna like put it in the corner. She couldn't fucking move it. It was too heavy. So she called him. She like, yeah, I don't know what to do with this clown. Can I just like cover it up though or something? Because it's a little bit creepy. And they're like, what you talking about? You feel me? We ain't got no clown. You know, I'm looking at this fucking clown. Y'all don't got no life-size clown, stuffed clown at y'all house? The motherfuckers, if you don't get the motherfucking kids and run, bitch. Oh my god. Yeah, so needless to say, that clown was not a toy. Yeah, and that's just a tale about cautionary, you know, just being aware of your surroundings and things like that. That clown's eyes was following her because that was a real fucking clown. That wasn't no damn stuffed animal. It just had like, you know, like you put the little body pillow stuff on. It had that stuff on. It had been sitting in the house for, I want to say like a month, kind of like squatting, because it was like a homeless guy and he just didn't have nowhere to go. So, you know, thankfully they evacuated and he didn't do nothing to them. But yeah, it was definitely a live person in their house, just kind of chilling. And that one used to always creep me out because they got different variations of that story. They got some where the clown is actually like a ex-convict. Got some where it's like a killer clown. They got some actually where the clown actually is moving around the house. So it's like she was sitting there chilling with the kids and she thought one of them brought him downstairs because it was just sitting there at the little kitchen and whatnot, just kind of like staring at them. She just thought that shit was creepy. But she didn't think nothing of it. Then later on, she see it upstairs with them, and they like playing with the clown and whatnot. Like, okay, cool. But then like right before they go to bed, it's like sitting right there in the damn living room with her while she watching TV, just on the opposite side of her. And she like, you know, can I just cover this clown up? She called the parents, let them know everything was cool. She like, can I cover the clown up? And they like, nah, we don't got no clown. Well, I think they said, yeah, nah, you could cover it up at the end. That's when they called the bite, like, nah, get the kids and run. We don't got a clown. But he had to confirm with his wife that they didn't have one. So yeah, that's another thing too with a lot of urban legends. They got different stories. They got like different variations of the same story. But yeah, though, man, that's pretty much it. We done wrapped it up, y'all. Hopefully y'all like them scary stories. I know I sound a little bit stuck right now. I'm scared my damn self. I forgot it's so many damn urban legends and shit that I could probably check out this month. But I'ma definitely get into the Halloween spirit and watch some scary stuff.
Slender Man.
Slender Man ain't even really. I don't know. I don't like Slender Man, but I don't.
What did you say?
I don't care for the Slender Man like that.
The human race would probably be extinct already if he was real.
I don't know. I don't really rock with the Slender Man story. The Smiling Man is a creepy one. You got the Smiling Man. I think sometimes they call him the Grunting Man, but that's a creepy one. And then I think they got this other. I might listen to that at work tomorrow. It's called the Black Light something. It's like Black Light Horror Anthology, but that's by like black creators, and it's a podcast. So if y'all in the podcast, you know, you can check that out. Tales to Tell in the Dark or something like that. That's another one that I used to listen to. No Sleep podcast. They got more of a I don't know, they got different ones, but sometimes it go more into the whole sci-fi vibe, but it's still pretty cool. So yeah, I don't know, man. I might just go ahead and soak into the Halloween spirit and check a lot of that shit out this month. I don't know though, it's already October 7th. This shit moving past kind of fast. You know, way faster than what I had expected. So they got by the way, yeah, before we finish it up, my bad y'all, they got Ouija. I know it's called Ouija, but I call it a Ouija. They got Hollow Man, which is with Kevin Bacon. I just always used to like his name because it's Kevin Bacon. Amityville Horror is something that I never really checked out myself, if I'm being honest with y'all. I don't know this. I don't even know the story of Amityville Horror. I think that was supposed to be like a spinoff of somebody, but I don't know. And I could have sworn it was one more movie that they had in here that I personally wanted to check out, but I can't see it right now, so. Or am I tripping? Scary but not too scary. That's their actual title. Phantasmagorias. I want to watch this. This some type of cartoon shit. Phantasmagorias. I already told y'all about that young BJ, man. Yeah, and then they got them Batman series up here. Nancy Drew. Okay, cool. They do have Hostel on HBO Max if y'all wanted to check out HBO Max. They got some shit called The Eye. I don't know what that is. Sweeney Todd. Yeah, there we go. Sweeney Todd. The what they call him? The Demon Barber of Fleet Street. Yeah, so if y'all want to check out Sweeney Todd, they got this old school movie called The Faculty. If you a 90s baby, you probably know what I'm talking about. I don't know if it's necessarily like something to necessarily go bite to, but whatever. What is that one movie I'm trying to think of? It's some other movie that The Langoliers. I don't know if anybody has ever heard of The Langoliers, but if y'all have, bro, that shit is a classic to me. If y'all could find that somewhere, let me know where I find The Langoliers. I might just give that another go. That shit was corny, some horrible green screen graphics, but I don't know, G. I just had a good time watching that. And yeah, they got the They got the South Park episodes. They got an episode called Pink Eye, Spooky Fish, Pirate of Ghosts, some goofy stuff, man. They got a lot of cool stuff on here. So that's what we got for HBO. They got Courage the Cowardly Dog on there. So, you know, if you want to watch some old school cartoons and shit. They got Courage and Batman and all them friends. And let's see what they got for Amazon Prime real quick. They got Hotel Transylvania, which, I mean, not bad. They got some shit called Halloween Party. I'm gonna see what that's about my damn self. But you gotta be careful with Amazon Prime, because I fuck with Amazon, but they asses be putting out some fucking Cabin Fever. If y'all ever seen Cabin Fever, that's on Amazon Prime. They ass be putting out some low budget shits, and I love low budget movies, but some of them low budget movies be whack as hell. I ain't gonna lie to you. But they got Fright Night. Now, Fright Night is a good ass movie, and if y'all seen the original Fright Night, that's with the boy who or no, I think that movie was called Mom's on a Date with a Vampire or some shit. It could be called Fright Night, but anyway, they got the newer version of Fright Night, which I did see. I seen the old one too. That, I think that was on Disney though. But yeah, the new version is on Prime, and it's like a few years old, so it ain't necessarily 100% new like it was. Carrie is a good one. The old one was good. The new one, I mean, it's decent. Smiley Face Killers. If that's the movie that was supposed to have Pete Davidson in it, then I'm gonna watch it, because I had been seeing a trailer for that. So if that's the one with Pete Davidson, I'll watch it. But if it's not, I probably ain't gonna watch it, just because I don't know what the fuck that is. But yeah, Cabin Fever is something, and Cabin Fever 2. I believe that I seen Cabin Fever, but I might just fuck around and watch it again, just to watch it. It was a box that I seen. They got that on Amazon Prime, and that's a great movie. And also a movie called Vivarium. Vivarium is a great movie as well. That's one of those psychological horror type things where you gotta try to get out of a situation, but it's really, you know, I'm gonna just let y'all watch it. They got Children of the Corn, which is something I never watched, just because it seemed kind of boring to me, if I'm being honest with you. And then they got Hellraiser, which is another thing I never really actually saw, because Hellraiser, honestly, that was around the time I was a little bit still scared of scary movies, so I didn't watch it, and I just never got into it. American Horror Story is something that I always wanted to watch, but I never got into it. I'd always fall asleep on that shit, as well as Bates Motel. So that is my lineup, you guys. That is everything that y'all need to know for some scary movie ideas. If you want to watch anything scary, I was already able to name a lot of shit off here from Netflix for y'all. At least I hope I was able to. And like I said, with the old school shows and stuff, just look around and see what you can find from the old school shows. Go to Disney Channel, go to Netflix, go to HBO, go to Amazon Prime, whichever one you got, you check those out. And, you know, just go to their Halloween specials. They might even have it, you know, right there for you to see, since it's the Halloween season. But yeah, man, get in the spirit. Let me know in the comments what y'all favorite Halloween show or movie was. If I had to give out an all-time top favorite for everything that we just talked about today, I think I'm going to still go with Goosebumps, man. Because Goosebumps, the one with the haunted mask, G, that was the first real scary shit that I had ever seen. I want to say, like, as far as a scary movie, it was The Mask for Goosebumps. When they had the fucking Kimberly Ann and shit like that, whatever her name was. So I would recommend that. even to this day. I think I'm gonna actually watch that shit once I get off of here, if I can find out where Goosebumps is posted at. So, without further ado, you guys, thank you for tuning in. This has been another episode of the Johnny Nacho Show. I didn't title this nothing today, but leave a like and a comment, and and the subscribe and stuff like that if you enjoyed your time here. And even if you didn't enjoy your time here, you made it this far, why not? You feel me? And if you didn't make it this far, sorry. But without further ado, it's not your boy Johnny.